And welcome back to Gauntlet number 4, feed number 4, Super Meat Boy full castle run. I mean full game run. We are playing the entirety of the Light World, up to Dr. Fetus, beating Dr. Fetus, and getting to the credits, basically, by doing all the Light Worlds. So, yeah, there's no cutting between worlds in this level. And just for shits and gigs, I'm gonna be actually timing it like I would do a speed run. So, should be interesting. 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. Now we're back. And now I have my timer set up, so I'm good. So, as you saw from the previous Meat Boy challenges, apparently this game is too pissy baby easy for me, apparently. Given the fact that Cottonelli's 720X was beaten in 5 minutes, the kid's warp zone was done in about 20, and then the glitch levels, well, they did take a lot longer. They definitely were completed in a good amount of time. So, in response, what I have to do here is just completely finish every single Light World level, just doing a speedrun video like I normally would. And my timing is very slightly off, because I didn't press the start button directly. Because I had to, whilst also starting the hour timer on my watch, I had to then poke the start button on my phone for the stopwatch. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, we gotta deal with it. Also, I just want to point out that I was an idiot. Apparently, in the last recording, I thought to myself, hey, what happens to my Bluetooth? Something's gone wrong with it. The Bluetooth keyboard that I'm using isn't automatically detecting that I'm pressing the buttons, so that I can just start the recording from a distance. But then I found out just before this that I was just holding the wrong button. Because see, here's the quick insight on how the iPad camera works. If you press any of the volume buttons, it starts recording the footage. And on this keyboard, there is a function that you can add to it which changes the volume, and that starts the recording. And you have to hold the function key and then press the button for up or down in the audio. And I don't know, in the last recording I thought I was pressing the function button, but nothing was happening, so I had to actually get up and hit the button both times, because I was apparently stupid. But then, just for this one, I was like, hang on, it's not on the right side, it's on the left side, the function button. You were doing it for so long. You even did it the last couple of times, the last couple of Gauntlet feeds, for 2 and 1. You did the same thing, but you know, man can forget sometimes. Man isn't perfect. Memory is faulty. There we go. Just gotta play it carefully with these saw blades. And like that. And now we move over to the little slugger and do that. Oh, right, it's attached to a thing. I was gonna bring my phone in front of me, but then I realized, right, if I want to keep the stopwatch on, I have to make sure that it's plugged in so that the screen is always on. That was my fault. That was that sound you probably would have heard if it even caught up or even was shown. Who knows, man? Thankfully I can use the bumpers for running in this, so I can't, like, tire myself out. Why am I so bad at Little Slugger so far? Also, it just occurred to me I haven't done any, like, actual research on the speed of all the times that I've had with the levels in this game, so I don't know what's my fastest whatever anymore. Definitely the last Meat Boy speedrun, I think, was my fastest, but whatever. Now I'm hubris. Mega hubris. Right, I pressed the B button. I don't have to stick to A. No Enders Nye bullshit here. I wasn't doing it last time. What are you talking about? Clearly. Wow, I can't believe myself right now. This is really what we're at. Just doing this. Wow. Excellent. Excellent work as always, DJ. actually got the new soundtrack. No longer Danny B, but man, I miss the Danny B soundtrack. I've already mentioned this a couple of times in the other Meat Boy videos for the Gauntlet. I think I have. But there's something about the Danny B soundtrack that is nostalgic and good in a way. See, my fault that I should just jump backwards. Why? This is a little slugger. The time loss should be when we get to the Larry's Lament. Or, yeah, I don't know. The World 5 boss, the Rapture boss, that's where the time loss should be coming in. But apparently, I can't do Little Slugger right now. Please leave a message after the tone. Wow, that's what I get for trying to double back on myself. Just barely able to. Come on. Just wow. See that? Okay, now this is getting a bit ridiculous. I'm definitely not on pace for this. Because, I don't know. So man, I have no idea how dark the screen is right now on the iPad recording. Maybe it's looking good. But, depends really. Oh my god! He beat the level! How good is he? Gotta hover over the lat button. Okay. Chapter complete! 6, 3, 8, 9. That was terrible. Hospital time. I need to be careful when I get to Dr. Fetus because the last time I spammed the button to get past the cutscene, it caused the game to crash. So I mustn't do that. Wow. Good level. Good level and well beaten. No longer 4-bit Meat Boy on the Game Boy warp zones. But you know, it's cool that they allow you to unlock those extra Meat Boy colors just to play as, even though they're the same character, yes, but it's just a nice aesthetic difference. Memories, yeah, I have those. It's a type of fish, right? Just play with you. Play with your saxophone, dude. Whoop. No ceiling, so I don't have to worry about doing anything like that. I didn't do it right. See, what you gotta do is jump there, get caught in the updraft, and be just enough. Okay, now. Wow. What is going on? Granted, it's been a long time since I even tried a Meat Boy PB in such a way, so I should try safe strats, but at the same time, this is not cool. I mean, so bad right now. Yeah, it's definitely recording. I just caught sight of what's looking at. I mean, the screen's probably pretty dark, but at the same time, it's at an angle to me, so I can't quite see it. And I tried to look at it a few moments ago, but I almost pulled out the microphone because it's the headset. So it's my bad. Jump here. There we go. Get through the level. Play game. Have fun. Why are you happy, man? Come on, you. Just settle down. Eat your spinach. Delicious, tasty spinach. Ooh, there we go. Meat Boy is saved. Thanks to the Meat Boys. Oh, I just want to say this real quick, even though it's not related in any way. I just want to say this just to put the fact out there. I want to start going back to Plants vs. Zombies at some point, just to record it. Like, maybe after I'm done with Sunshine, I might go back to PvZ. But I've noticed in recent times, my Xbox controllers have been getting really sensitive. And they just kind of disconnect even if they have decent battery life. I guess I need to grab just a new controller. They're quite old controllers, yes. So I probably just need to grab one of them when I can. and save the day. Wow, I didn't even jump there. Which is why I died, because you didn't jump. There you go, that's much better. Bandage. Johnny's cage. Johnny's cage. I don't even know how many times you've seen this. There's the Lost run. There was the one run. There was another run I did which had the first use of Premiere on the channel. And there was another run. And then there was an actual Lost run. So I think... Oh, and there's also that one. So there's 6 maybe? This would be the 7th full game run that you see from me. That sounds correct. I could be wrong. Done this not that often. Not as often as Celeste, but Celeste is creeping up on how many times I've done it anyway. Yeah! That's how I remember it. Oh, I can jump to that. Nice! But at the same time I perished. Yeah, just in case you're thinking, oh man, this is going to be like Celeste, he's got to cut between the levels and all that. Nope, I'm doing what I've been doing all the time with these Meat Boy PBs, and I've just not cut out any of the level transitions, because that's part of the thing. The chapter complete is when the lap gets counted. Oh, Is that enough? Just barely. And then Singe. She can watch up here and not even care about the laser. Very nice. Oh, and worm food. I still have no idea how to optimally climb those shafts. Must be something to do. But of course, I need to wait. Otherwise, you just don't make it. So it might be just because I have the headphones on, I don't hear the laser beam make the noise. Ah, there it is. I can hear it because there's a lot of them right now. There used to be a bandage. Pick up the key, new boy, please. A bandage right above that saw blade. You have to wait until the lasers turn off, because they are on a timer. They just take a long while to turn off. 6 feet. Whoop. Grab the key. And get ready to go down. Can't wait to fight the Moors again. Fight in quotes. Because Phil Slug is anything to go by, it's not going to go well. So the Moors, like I mentioned, are the worst thing that Meat Boy's ever given me. Because the Moors are just so annoying to deal with. Wow. Just a reminder, people beat this game in half an hour doing all the Lightward stuff. It's possible. I'm just doing the best work here. You can tell. Should be good. I'm more intrigued at the newer challenges that I have to do. I don't want to just toss this run in the trash because... There we go. Here's Chad. Being nice and doing the middle. I'm not going to get the speed strat of skipping the thing, but I can get decently close. Yeah, it's decently close. It just activates that. Camera, thank you. Wow. Oh, no. I was too far away from actually making it back, so that was my fault. Might be. Might totally. Oh, shit. Come on, fellas. Well, you know, you're a meat boy. You can just make meaty chunks. That's how it works. Wow, I missed it. But it's alright. It's okay. Just don't climb up too high from the top of the ceiling. Wow. Knew that was going to happen. And now I'm here. Wait. Coming to our next lap. Chapter complete. That one was 8247. Alright, I guess. Who knows how long this is going to take me? We're at 45 minutes. Man, the Salt Factory, the classic. Salt Factory is one of the few worlds that was in the original Meat Boy Flash game. Because there's the Green Forests, the Salt Factory, and Hell. I think those were the 3 worlds that you could play. I don't remember if there was a 4th one or not. It's been a hot minute since I've played the Flash version. And with the Basement Collection I was talking about earlier in the previous Gauntlet feed, the Basement Collection version of the Meat Boy Flash game has button-sensitive jumping added to it, because previously the jump button was just spacebar and you only had, that's all your jump height you had. You can't do sensitivity with the spacebar in a Flash game like that. Unless you're very smart and know how the program works. But yeah. That Flash game was actually pretty fun, in a way. Because, well, it's Meat Boy. It was the protege for this game being made. And, like, the bandages would unlock the skins, yes. And one of the skins you unlock is Dr. Fetus, which I think you can still be in this game. But you need to put in a code to get Dr. Fetus. It's like the same with getting Tim from Raid in the PC version. You gotta type in out of time on the keyboard. I think you gotta do a similar thing for Dr. Fetus. Obviously not out of time. That good enough? Thank you very much for being good enough. Woo-ha! Boomtown. Here's the prototype Moors. They aren't terribly bad, but they function in a similar way because they're just missiles that follow you. Because when it comes to actual Moors, man, I've talked about them way too much. You know my distaste with Moors by this point. But then again, at the same time, there's a lot of people who are coming to the this channel solely from the Revenant Heaven content and the DK Rap video, so some people may not even know, like, the true lore. Because, by the way, if you didn't notice, this channel's been around for 10 years. It's a 10-year video. If you want to, like, catch up on some things that I liked throughout the journey, there's a 10-year anniversary video that you can look at. And, yeah, that's a good summation of funny parts that happened during those times. Even if a lot of it is just from more recent playthroughs and such. Because, yeah, everyone hates their early stuff. But you know, there was some funny stuff in the early days. I can admit that. There was some interesting things that happened. Even if most of it was just terrible. Oh shit, I almost didn't make that. I thought I didn't make that. Oh shit. We wall jump from the back, and then we just see Bandage Girl by skipping. Mono. Joe! It's the sun beaming out. Let that sun be there. I'll jump to you and do there. 18 minutes on the stop clock. Not sure about the time for the timer for the Gauntlet. It should be the same-ish. Oh shit. That doesn't happen often. What can grab it then? Yeah, now I can use this wall. Nice. Unnice. Damn you, Bandage Grill. There we go. The Grundle. There's just some later levels I need to get to and beat quickly, because those are going to be the annoying ones when I get to them. It truly depends. Dig is kind of alright, you just gotta make sure that you just slide underneath without letting that laser notice you. Stand there. Then I can do that. And it wasn't a laser, it was a rocket launcher. My bad. White noise, which symbolizes the amount of salt in the area. There's a lot of salt. You can see it. That is so salty. Wait. There we go. It's time for brownie. Fast track to Brown Town. This isn't. How unfortunate. But you know, it's like I said before, the Ridiculon soundtrack plus the extra songs by Laura Shikihara and other people. I can't remember the other person that was credited in this version. They're alright. It's an alright soundtrack as a replacement for the Danny Baranowski score. So, I think I still have the Danny B soundtrack on my iPod because of iTunes. I definitely bought albums on there. And it's strange looking back on it. Looking back on all that stuff in comparison to the albums that I just have in my car and listening to. It really is. And at the same time, music I'm listening to now didn't exist back then. Well, it might have existed, it just wasn't fully compiled in such a way from that one channel like it has been. And of course, you've been listening to that music no matter what. Give it a break. There we go. Lap 6:24.65. Time for hell. I missed the Ninja Gaiden opening. That's what this game is, Ninja Gaiden, clearly. Speaking of old video games, just from watching a bunch of Proton John streams recently, it made me realize I kind of want to try out Gunstar Heroes, just once at least. Because it looks kind of fun. I enjoy my time through a Cuphead, and Cuphead was inspired a lot by Gunstar Heroes and other games like it. So I'm intrigued to see how well I would do in that game. But how well I would do in Cuphead later on? I don't know, man. It's fucking honeybee bitch in expert mode. Should be great. Make sure you don't get standing on a platform and this moving platform moves towards you. You'll explode. I think it treats you as getting crushed. It's strange. Oh, what are you doing? There we go. Heck hole. It's already hell. You didn't call it the hell hole? You're a coward, Edmund. You're a coward, 2012's Edmund. Up to 2012? I think that's correct. Or, no. 2012 was Binding of Isaac. And this came out before Binding of Isaac. So I think 2011 is more accurate. I'm probably thinking of Indie Game the Movie and when that came out. Oh well. Man, it's been a long since I've seen that documentary. That's such a long time ago. It was Braid, Fez, and Super Meat Boy in one film. It's an interesting experience to watch with the character that is Phil Fish. I wasn't even paying attention to where I was, not gonna lie. It's been a while, that's all my excuse. It's been a while. Been a while. Woof. Wow, I wasn't woofed enough. There, that's the memories. Not yet. Not yet. Alright, Weeb. However it's pronounced. Weiss. I think it's Weiss. I'm sure if I looked at the Super Meat Boy Wiki, I'd get an answer for why it's called Weiss. But at the same time, the Super Meat Boy Wiki is actually pretty barren. It's barely felt like... A lot of the levels, even though this game's been out for so long, a lot of the levels don't have pages. It's crazy. So if you feel like you have the power to fill in the pages and make the wiki a better place, then go ahead. The Super Meat Boy Wiki is out there for you. You can edit it together if you so desire. And damn Cheetos, the Cheetos of death. The magma balls. Balls of magma. Jump to you, and then jump to you. I'm gonna jump over you because I don't trust you. And there we go. Oracle. Definitely jumping to it. You don't even need to jump to that one again. Oh, I probably could have made that, but that was way too risky to even try and make, so that's why I'm going to aim for you, specifically because you are the one that's best suited to get me over there. Hello, Big Brother. I call it Big Brother because it's watching me. Man, that just reminded me of Big Brother, like the actual reality show. I have not seen a season of that in years. I remember vague bits and pieces of Big Brother. I can remember the Jane Goody year, and maybe some other things too, but I barely watched Big Brother. So I'm a celebrity, man. Even though that the 2020 series just ended. Dating, lol. And it was, like I mentioned, it was honestly really fun watching that series, given how the first trial went with Jordan and Shane. That trial was just, I don't know, man, it got to me in some way. Like, it truly got to me, and I don't understand how. But yeah, there was a point, too, where, I think it was the first 3 nights, where, like, 4 people got voted off, and all of them were female. People on Twitter were like, why is there all the women getting voted off? Do we want an all-men final? Why is that happening? We don't want that to happen, do we? And it's just like, if you don't want that to happen, why didn't you vote for them? You had your chance to vote in the millions for who you want to stay in the camp, and you didn't choose the women, and the women all were left first. It's just silly events. You have that one opportunity, you gotta take it, man. Take the Meat Boy opportunity. Just getting off the unnecessary topic altogether. Well, speaking of that, like, that last episode, like, everyone's doing their last trials, and Giovanna had the eating trial. She fucking took that like a champ. She did not give a shit about anything she was eating. It was incredible, honestly. They might have it on the I'm a Celebrity YouTube channel. So, watch Giovanna's final trial. It's incredible how she's just barely gagging at all to any of the food. Like, the food trial is always the one that gets some of the better reactions because of, you know, dry heaving is funny. But at the same time, it's also just, like, fun to watch. And Giovanna in that trial was incredible. And there was also, too, I don't have anything else to add to it. It was I'm a Celebrity, it existed. And then I got into a kick after watching it, just watching a bunch of, I guess, kind of documentaries and stuff. By the by, in case you didn't notice, we're now into mall territory. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this is the only mall that we get to see the malls, because otherwise the malls only show up in Cotton Alley. And we're not going to Cotton Alley. Get down to Banj Girl, please. Babylon! Because the malls, as you've been seeing, the way they work is that they are like the missiles that we previously encountered in World 3, the Salt Factory. And once they explode into smaller versions of themselves that split out. And it's that is the annoying part. The split versions of the malls. For some reason they're just decently accurate. I don't know why. Almost died there. Alright, little Chad, this one always, a little horn, always takes the same amount of time, provided you don't screw up. If you haven't seen Super Meat Boy in all these years of watching it on the internet, you won't believe this boss. It is literally just wait and let it kill himself. Because it's good at that. The only bits of randomness are where the corpse piles show up when he brings it down the house. Over the side. You could hang out on the right side or the left side if you wanted to, but it's not worth it. Then from here, he smashes his head once more. He got Sabubu. It's all over there? There's the force slam twice, and then he gives up. I think. He's good at giving up, you know that? Yep, there we go. Get the like button ready, boys. 8:20:07. Our current time in terms of the stopwatch is 28:51:08. Obviously it's going up, but it's just going by, you know, the stopwatch and when the lap was taken. So, why did I even think it was a good idea? It's not a good idea. Too far. Rapture is the part where things start getting longer and a lot more annoying to deal with. Because it just can be really annoying at points. Some of the levels are pretty rough. And even though the end only has 6 levels in it, including the final boss, that also takes a lot of time too. I think the final boss is part of why that level takes so long, is because it's a 2-phase fight and it's just platforming. You gotta wait for it. Wow! No, you are not. Denied! Sit down. Bounce around. Ooh, okay. So, fun fact. Edmund wanted to make these things magnets, but the animation he set to them didn't make sense for it to be a magnet, so he changed it to be a repulsion magnet, I guess. So that's why they exist in this game, and have existed for a long time. Bounce on you, no, that was a bad angle. Now here I am. Just die. Perish. Really should have looked at those deaths again. I'm so sad for missing out on these dumb opportunities. That's how I save myself. Boink. Oh, that was close. So I have to count every single one of these deaths now. So I didn't look at the deaths beforehand. Stupid of me. I mean, it didn't do the same with... well, I did the same with Celeste, but at the same time it showed me what the death count was after I left the level. So that's easy subtraction I can just do at the end. Wow. And this one I actually have to pay attention for the entirety of it. Hey, editing Josh, shut up and watch what you're doing. You're probably playing solitaire right now, aren't you? Stop it. Hell, maybe not even solitaire. You're playing freestyle. You're into freestyle lately, aren't you? You're an old man. You like solitaire and freestyle. Card games, dude. Play better games. But at the same time, focus on this editing, man. You gotta count all the deaths that happen. Look, you listen. Look here, listen. Down the rabbit hole. And all that. Imagine if I accidentally triggered the warp zone for the kid in a speedrun. That would have been silly. But yeah, just don't worry about it, man. It's just me rambling to myself. I mean, it might be funny, who knows? The only way I can tell if something's funny is if I hear someone say it was funny. Which doesn't happen often, because comments. Oh, speaking of comments, yesterday was the 8th, and the 8th was the release of episode 11 of Sunshine, which was called the 20th, because I had nothing better to call it. And I think maybe like an hour after that episode went up, I get 2 notifications being like, oh man, people are commenting on the video. I'm like, what is that? It's 2 comments by the same person. First one just has an N in it. And if you look at the replies, it's just him saying no views. 1 comment at a time. And then there's also another one where he's like, I gotta go, it's like 3 AM now. And then he makes a joke about Sunshine gone wrong. Clickbait, stuff like that. And it's like, the reason why it has no views is because A, small channel, and B, it only just got uploaded. So there wouldn't be many views on it anyway. I don't know, if they will return for the next one in a couple of days' time. It's not going to take too long for him to get back. Oh, man. See, this is the strap for this level. You gotta wait here. Hey, buddy. The meat chunks. Imitation Meat Boy. This is Tofu Boy, which actually exists. Because Peter was like, it's actual meat. How dare he use meat? Evan McMillan protested, should be Tofu Boy. They made a parody game called Tofu Boy. Basically, the same strat that Peter likes using for their other parody games, like Black and Blue, and well, the other one was... It was just funny. Well, Super Chicks is one of the Peter games as well. I remember playing that one in like an old Flash game. But yeah, Super Tofu Boy existed, and then Edmund was like, Peter. And he put in a secret cheat, where if you type in Peter file into the keyboard of your Steam version, or maybe other games can do it. I think you can do it in the 360 version, and maybe other versions if you can type in stuff with secret keyboard command. Yeah, you put in Peter file. You play as Topher Boy, and he is made the worst character in the game who can barely run and jump. There's only so many levels he can actually accomplish to beat. Otherwise, he's the worst character, and he can barely beat anything. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like, But yeah, man, Super Chick Sisters, that was a game I remember playing. All I can remember from it is that it was chickens in the style of Mario and Luigi. And ending the level, I think you head to KFC, and then there's like a later level where it's just all the chicken shows off the cruelty. So there's credence to thinking that it was a PETA game. So I can't be too sure. Hell, I haven't thought about it. And if I get to editing it soon and I try looking for it, I probably won't find it because of Flash Player disappearing after a while. Which means, oh man, I'm gonna miss Ancon Arcade, man. I think that was the one I used a lot. Yeah, it was like 1,000+ free online games. There's a lot of stuff I played on that. I found out a Hangar from that site. Hangar was pretty fun. I don't know if it ever went to any other places, but Hangar, the basic gist of it was that you were a ragdoll and you Spider-Man around levels, and it was easy to lose your head and limbs and all that stuff. It was fun. There was other games on Ancon Arcade that I played a lot too, like the Grow Cube stuff from the Grow creator. And there was this one, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called Do You Know 90s Video Game Music, which is an interesting Flash game where you had a bunch of question mark blocks in front of you, and you click on one, and it played a snippet of a 90s video game, and you have to guess what the game is by typing it in. And that was fun to mess around with, just guessing what's right and all that, all the hints that you can take too. And then in some of the level, or some of the screenshots that you unlock after guessing the right answer, there would be chaos symbols that you could find, and all that stuff too. And then there was also Interactive Buddy. Man, Interactive Buddy goes a long way back, but that one's just a classic. Along with Can Your Pet. I don't think I played Can Your Pet when I was a youngin', but I remember, I definitely remember it existing. And Can Your Pet is one of those classic sadistic jokes that you send to a YouTuber being like, oh man, can your pet do this? You should play Can Your Pet. Can Your Pet's really cool. And then they play it, and then the joke comes to full force. It's not a bicycle. It was never a bicycle to begin with. So yeah, that was a classic. Was there any other ones too? I loved some of the JMT BO2 games. If anyone remembers that creator, he's the guy who made Achievement Unlocked, and this is the only level. There was one that I started playing, but I don't think I've already beat, that I enjoyed my time with. It's just called Elephant Quest. It was like an RPG, and you play as one of his signature elephants with a laser beam. And I think you leveled up and all that. I remember enjoying my time with it, but I never beat it. I don't even know what the ending is. It's one of those fun things. And he did other stuff too, I'm pretty sure. But I can't remember if there was other things that I liked. Oh man, just talking about Flash games, man, it makes me want to play them. Oh, that also reminds me, dude, there was a point where I wanted to try and do an LP of Fault Line. Fault Line is a Nitrom arcade game, or Nitrom Flash game. Nitrom was this other site where they hosted their own games that they made, and they had the distinct logo where everything was isometric, and it jumped in. Like, Fault Line was one of them, and Skywire. Skywire was one of the games I didn't really play. However, its spin-off, Skywire VIP, that too was a game that I liked playing because it's a guessing game, and I like guessing games, man. You have to guess who the minifigs were, you know, the minimalist figures were. It was fun thinking about. I can't remember how many I got. I know, like, from playing it, stuff I remember, that was a way of brute forcing it. You just typed in a letter, and or just typed in a bunch of letters and eventually it'll like accept one. It was fun. Like Fault Line, if you never played that, or if you miss out on the chance to play that in the 2 time, which will probably will have been missed out given how long this will take to edit and get uploaded. Hopefully not. Fault Line was this Flash game where you played around by just jumping around as this dude, and throughout each of the levels there would be 2 fault lines where it would, like, it's kind of like folds in the environment, I guess. And the gimmick of the game was that you had to solve puzzles by folding the environment by those fault lines, by bringing 2 of them together to fold the environment around them in order for you to get past. I can't remember how many levels there were in the thing, but it was fun. Dude, I just remembered Fonny.net! Fonny.net was a thing! I'm sure people know of the classic Fonny.net games like Clop and Quap and Gerp. Well, the one I liked playing a bunch of was, I think it was just called Abduction. It's basically another isometric game, it's funny. But the main gist of it is that you have to open up doors to evacuate space aliens and save the crew. And you get opening up a door will open up all the same colored door in the spaceship, and you had to maneuver your way through it in order so that none of your crewmates leave the ship, and all of the space aliens end up leaving the ship. So, and it was a fun little puzzle game. That's one. Out these jumps. I remember playing all those games I mentioned before, from Quap and Clop as well. Clop was interesting, you know, it was just playing as a horse. I remember playing as lame horse mode. That was classic. That's 3. Larry's the man's gonna be mean to me. I've had the good cycle before. Just keep jumping, and hopefully you don't get caught on the jump. There we go, that's much better. Oh, did I do accidentally? No, I didn't! 12:49, 19. That's chapter 5. And now we are going for the end. Which means I need to not immediately skip the cutscene and go into the end. Wow. So yeah, this world is honestly much shorter. We're at the very end of it too. You just gotta get through it, man. Most of the time is probably going to be spent on Dr. Fetus. It's true. Take the shortcut. But then again, at the same time, some of these stages in the light worlds of the end, they catch me off guard sometimes. We're at 42 minutes, so I've got like 18 minutes to beat the game. I can do it. I feel like I can do it. I've got this shit on lock. On Lizzie deck. Lizak deck. Now I'm trying to think if I've played any other Flash games. Man, it was like Crush the Castle too. I think that was one. It was like this kind of semi-realistic kind of tone or art style where you play as a trebuchet and you just gotta destroy castles. It was kind of Angry Birds-esque, but you play with a trebuchet, and that was more interesting. Let's be real. Slingshots are cool and all, but have you ever tried a trebuchet? It just sounds better than slingshot. Like, slingshot and trebuchet. Which one would you rather play with? I think trebuchet would be much better to play with than just a slingshot. You can sling things around with a slingshot like a baby, but a trebuchet is for everyone to be cool. I don't know, I'm bad at improv. And there was some, well, technically, if you want to take into full account for technicalities, Binding of Isaac Vanilla was a Flash game, and the demo was put onto Newgrounds as a demo. So it's like, yeah. And I explained before that the glitch in the actual game was possible to do in the demo, where you just you start the game as Isaac, because that was the only character you could play as in that demo, in quotes. You press ESC, then enter again, and then you can in the spacebar again, and then you could choose a character to play as, and you could play as that character in the demo even if you weren't allowed to. Because that was Flash files. It was fun. And I remember doing that method a lot when playing Binding of Isaac. Hell, I did that in some of the videos of Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb, I'm pretty sure. Like, I played as Cain in it was the Doctor Challenge. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like the Dr. Fetus Challenge. Where you started with the Doctors, or the Dr. Fetus. Because that challenge was overpowered, and you cannot run. It's over-encumbered, you idiot. I remembered something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, right. I could mention this. Flash games were one thing, but, you know, Flash animations was also something else I got into a lot back then. Back in the old days. As a specific one I want to mention, because I know I've mentioned it in the past, when I shouldn't have mentioned it, given my age at the time. That was the Super Nintendo, just the Nintendo series. There was like 3 of them. I doubt if that was like a Nintendo Wii parody, whatever. I know that was Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo to the 64th power, and that's spelled Nin 10 DOH exclamation point. And yeah, those animations were interesting. I can't tell if they scale up to nowadays, but it's definitely things in that I shouldn't have been referencing at the same time. Hell, I said the exact words, "Leave it to me, Foxy Brown." And if you've seen the Nintendo series, whichever one it came from, I can't remember if it was the first one or not. I think it was Super Nintendo where it came from. The character that is I can't remember what his name is, but it's Snap from Pokemon Snap. And the immediate scene it goes into is Pokemon Snap XXX. And it certainly is something you should be referencing at a young age like that, Joshua. Good job on you. You're an innocent person who doesn't swear, yet you will reference that. And you also reference Sanity Not Included, if that wasn't a Flash animated series. I mean, technicalities, but Sanity Not Included was interesting as well, though. Other Flash animations, like I remember watching Brawl Taunts on YouTube instead of Newgrounds. I've seen maybe some other stuff on Newgrounds too, but I wasn't really that big on browsing Newgrounds, gonna be honest. Just wait. I'm not gonna press it immediately. Knew it was gonna happen. Timer stopped. Get back, gotta go. Hurry. It was too big. I should have let the whole cutscene play out. Whatever. You're keeping this in. That's good. That's how it works. Whatever. Why am I going that way? Go this way. It's quicker this way. Dr. Fetus. I don't know what happened there, man. I even waited. Maybe I just didn't wait long. No, see, I waited, and it still crashed. There we go. I'm now actually back. So that's gonna get cut out of the main feed. What you'll see is it'll go straight to this segment with like just a hard cut to the segment, because it will be a hard cut to the segment. Wow, I died. Good for me. Now we go. I don't even know if it saved all those deaths that I took. It might have. I mean, the bandage go... Actually, no, it wouldn't, because saving doesn't count if I've already beaten all the levels before. It wouldn't want to save anything. So that derailed things. I know it would have. So it's my bad. Just fighting Dr. Fetus again, as always. Even with that cutoff, which you will see the entirety of getting back to that in the video, in the actual Gauntlet video feed individually for this that you're listening to right now with the commentary. That's going to be in that one. It's not going to be in the main 9 video feed for all the challenges, because that's I jumped too high at level. Because that's not cool. Also, my fucking legs. Ow! Sitting cross-legged is not beneficial. Make sure you don't stay in that position for too long, especially if you just sat upright on your bed, not doing anything. Just keep your legs in shape. Sit at a different angle that you usually are. What else is? Get to the side. It's been a while. It has definitely been a while. I don't know why it has been a while, but it happens to have been a while. It's too high. See, what I need to do, if I want to catch up on time, is I need to get the skip where I skip past the saw blades here. Which is easier said than done. But at the same time, I'm doing decently well here. Yeah, that's not what I expected when I messed up in that first jump. You gotta get past the wall and finish the game. Just like that. Oh, I almost didn't do that. No. But at the same time. Nope. I'm here now. God, it's been a while since I've done it this way. I can do this. Now I can. Now I'll try it again. For real this time. Flop down. Jump over. And run away. Yeah, I apologize if I was in the middle of a thought. And I kind of stopped it. From that tangent that I took. Game crashes can do that to a person. Sometimes. So yeah, I apologize. Which is why I'm gonna make up for it by being a good boy and beating the world in as quick as possible. I think my PB is in the 50s. Yeah, it's definitely sub-hour at this point. Wow. It's just that I've been very bad at this. I wonder what happens. Why does it crash like that? Specifically. I don't know. Because I was going too fast, maybe. Oh, I got there, but I didn't even press the jump button in time. Wow. Remember, Meat Boy is one of those games where as soon as you die, you realize your mistake, and you get thrown back in so you can try it again, no matter what. So you can keep improving. Shit. I messed up the first time. And all that. Man, I know it's the 4th video and all, and I've been saying this over and over again, but I sure am curious to see how these video feeds turn out in the actual recording. That's why I have the iPad recording on standby, because I know it's gonna mess up. Here we are again. I shouldn't have been so cowardly. You just got down. Woof. And then jump to here, and up to now, and then zip and zoom in, and then Ruben. There you go. There's that jump again too. Where you just kind of phase up the wall somehow. I don't even go that way. Why don't I even think of going that way? I'm forgetting my own strats. Wow. Dying to those set of spikes, those saw blades. Meat Boy and saw blades go together like Isaac and hearts. Or Isaac and flies, I guess. They're synonymous, that's why. Those are the words I meant to say. No, that was close! Wait, no, I think I know how to actually do that. I do a small jump, I think, and then I can just... I just small jump off the wall, and then I can make my way over to that left wall so I can actually continue forward. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's what I do. Don't even mess with the bottom floor there. Alright, there we go. Much better. Much better. That's why you don't speak ill of your own runs. Shit like that will happen, and you will perish. It happens often enough. So you might as well get a tombstone ready. Yeah. See, it's easy as that, man. You just gotta jump the right way. Oh, remember, I remade this level in Super Mario Maker 2. I'm not sure if it's still up. It might still be. I'm pretty sure it is. So, if you like Super Mario Maker 2, then you can play this level. Meanwhile, Mario Maker 1's dying. It's sadly on its last legs. But hey, you think it'd have to go at some point. Hopefully, people can keep it alive in some fashion. There we go, now we can actually... Wow. I got my controller caught on something because I put it to the side. Now I actually have to go backwards through this. Oh, and yeah, even with the Mario Maker version of this level, some parts I had to be nice and give, like, hidden platforms actually get up certain locations, but other than that, I had to do it all myself, and I even had recorded the uploading feed to prove it. So yeah, I don't know if I'm even going to go back to Mario Maker 2. It's been a while since I even touched it, to be honest, to be quite honest. I think the last time I touched it was the video feed for the third Gauntlet, and that was in a recording sense. I think I tried making a double-sided dark level, but I didn't get too far in that. It'd be fun though, just using it. Like, the gimmick that I wanted for that level was that you had to hold a P switch because it functions as a light, just a flashlight basically. Just having that would be great. That's why you don't speak. I was gonna say things, but that's why I didn't speak, because I wanted to bite my goddamn tongue. Metaphorically, not physically. Biting your tongue is bad, and it hurt. Unfortunately, you're not able to fully replicate the Saving Bandage Girl part of this level in Mario Maker. So, you just have to deal with it. How do I do that? There we go, that's time! And that is it for the Gauntlet video feed. We'll probably see the composers in a moment. For the actual, like, stopped time for the stopwatch, if you want the accuracies of that, the end took 15.522. Ridicula and David Scattle, Laura Shihara. Scatliff. And in total, for actual time, for everything, 56:45.49. There we go. Game is beaten. And I just see very slightly the OBS footage is behind very slightly. But yeah, that's gotta be it. That's plenty of successes at this point. I think the successes are gonna wane down now, given how the next challenge is gonna go, hopefully. Because I haven't done it before. Oh, I pushed the button to turn the volume up. That only works. Or was it volume down? I don't even know. Probably went down to 7. QA by Lollipop Robot. Can't skip this cutscene no matter how hard I try. It should be fun to count all those deaths. And no, the crash doesn't count. So there we go. That's gonna be it for this feed of Gauntlet 4. In the next feed, you are going to be seeing me play Downwell and trying to beat the game. Simple as that. See you then. I hope you enjoy this feed. And we're close to getting halfway done with this. I truly can't wait to finish everything off.